Get ready for real time, prime time, big time, show time. It's edible honesty time. And in the meantime, get ready for your favorite partner in crime, your host, one of the greatest talkers of all time, the king of edible honesty, and the eighth wonder of the world, Andrew the Giant.
Hey, my, hot, rockin', edible, inner city agricultural pie. Let's get down and let's talk about the ins and outs of the food industry. My name is Andrew. I'm your host, and I am ready to rock. So let's cut right into it, because today we will be readjusting almost everything you thought you knew about food. Now, for today, we're going to do something a little different one more time. We're going to start off with a letter from one of our fans of Edible Honesty, and her name is Theresa, and Theresa lives in Texas. So, pass the beer nuts, Hillary, Norman Peterson, and let's get right into today's tasty episode. Dear Andrew the Giant, hey, I am an avid, edible, honesty listener. I love it. It is unique, intelligent, and funny. It should be on CNN. You attack the food industry and its obvious flaws with insight and humor, and offer solutions to fix the food system that are novel and well-structured. You're a modern-day Ralph Nader, artfully and cleverly campaigning for consumer protection, environmentalism, and government reform within a very broke food system. And your approach to fixing that very broke food system would radically reverse the damage we have done to ourselves and the environment by eliminating items like imported fruit from China. So, thank you, Andrew the Giant, for providing your audience with insider knowledge and for helping everyone make smarter food choices, like eating purple food. I have struggled with my weight for years, and I have been on more diets than I can count. But it was your episode on American supermarkets that changed the way I see food. I had no idea what I was eating when I shopped at the supermarket. I assumed everything was fresh. My bad. I want food that was just picked and loaded with edible electricity. I want to become an edible electricist. And I see that you were setting us up with a series of podcasts about our flawed food system to introduce us all to your big concept, your concept of eating edible electricity, and I love it. It's brilliant, it's electric, and it's easy to follow. Roy G. Biv. I want to eat electric food all day long. However, I live in Texas, which is home of basically no fresh food. Even worse, I live in Houston, and practically nothing grows here. I started to grow my own food after listening to your podcast on American supermarkets, and I realized the difference in my energy when I eat food I just picked from the garden. It's subtle, but I admit I do feel the electrical effects, and I love it. It makes me stronger, happier, and fitter, and my weight has been less of an issue since I started eating electrically. However, my electrical yield is minimal because there is only so much I can grow myself. And I have 3 meals in a day. But I do need to be able to eat electrically all year long. And I don't want to have to move to California to do that. I would love for there to be a way that everyone in Houston, Texas, can have access to electric food that was just picked and live by eating electrically. So my question to you is, what do you suggest? What does Houston, Texas have to do to get on the electrical food grid and gain instant access to an unlimited supply of edible electricity? Your edible disciple, Theresa. Well, Theresa, first off, let me say thank you so much for corresponding with me. You don't even know what your correspondence meant. I love getting letters, but yours in particular really struck a chord with me. And the reason why is because I understand your circumstance. I get it. You feel like there's nothing you can do and you want edible electricity. Now, here's the good news. I have a way for you to get it, and I'm going to answer your question about edible electricity. I'm going to answer it in just 5 words. Small growers, inner city farms. Theresa, here's what it is. We require inner city farms, and we require lots of them. Like a few thousand throughout the United States. And stat, right now, post haste. So give the governor harumph. Because here's the thing. In America, right now, there are more vacant and abandoned commercial real estate than almost ever before in American history. And believe me, there is not a major city in America that isn't plagued with a myriad of abandoned lots and underutilized spaces. Why, there is practically a vacancy or 12 on every major city block in America today. And you got to trust me on this one. We do not need another ghost kitchen. There are enough people making vegan hamburgers and fried chicken. We don't need any more. We need all of those precious inner city resources, those vacancies, to be better utilized and upgraded to become inner city farms and vibrant inner city farms. Now, the brilliance of inner city agriculture is, of course, outside of reusing inner city vacancies for a practical purpose. Inner city agriculture also directly addresses the United Nations Sustainable Developmental Goals, so give the governor a harumph. Here is precisely how inner city agriculture satisfies the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals. Because inner city farms provide a solution that would fill vacant real estate and provide fresh, healthy, local, affordable electric food to everyone in the community, thereby instantly reducing food insecurity, hunger, and obesity. Furthermore, inner city agriculture would greatly reduce the health equity gap, provide jobs, and reduce environmental impact. So, it's 1 out, last of the ninth. Bobby Thompson takes a strike on the side of the corner. Bobby's hitting at .292. Dresden throws. And it's a long fly ball to left field. And the Giants win the pennant. The Giants win the pennant. And the immediate value of inner city farms is off the charts. Because having fresh, healthy, affordable, local electric food would fill those empty real estate spaces and greatly benefit any American city. So, calling out around the world, are you ready for a brand new inner city street? An edible opportunity is here, and the time is right for inner city farming in the streets. Oh, there'll be inner city farming in Chicago, down in New Orleans and New York City. All we need is electrified food. Sweet electrified food. And there'll be electrified food everywhere.
Ooh, ooh.
Now, of course, I understand the obstacles in the way of repurposing inner city real estate and launching inner city farms nationwide. Every city in America lacks the infrastructure, zoning laws, and foresight to truly take advantage of this once-in-a-lifetime edible opportunity and successfully leverage this transition. Yet, city governments working in partnership with the United Nations and food policy councils could change all of that in a nanosecond. And then just like that, a new and a beautiful economic future rooted in sustainable food production is coming from every single city, every single inner city in America.
Ooh, ooh.
Meanwhile, here is the additional bonus of inner city farm and inner city agriculture. Let's discuss health equity. And so there is no confusion. Health equity means reducing and ultimately eliminating disparities in health that adversely affect excluded or marginalized groups. Now, that being said, locally grown, healthy, affordable electric food equals better nutrition for everyone living in the inner cities. Because inner city, indoor farming, makes for better nutrition 365 days a year. It makes that a reality. Additionally, inner city indoor farms offer lots of great paying, respectable jobs that develop lifelong useful skills and an enhanced respect for nature and the environment. So, here comes Chicago. 17 seconds left on the clock. 17 seconds from Game 7 or championship number 6. Jordan's open. He shoots and Chicago wins. And Michael Jordan, running on fumes, hits the game-winning jump shot to finish with 45 points for his 6th championship. So holy Michael Jordan, Batman. Now, when it comes to the discussion of the environment, inner city, indoor farms will change the dialogue overnight. Because inner city, indoor farms are the answer. Because shipping food a few thousand miles, or let's phrase this another way, importing peaches from China, causes an enormously large carbon footprint, like the kind you can see from outer space. Now, eating food that is all grown locally reduces the environmental impact of a footprint visible from space to that of an infinitesimal pinhead, because inner city indoor farms provide just picked, affordable, super healthy, electric food all year round. Yeah, baby. And with fresh, healthy, affordable, electric produce always available, every city in America would be able to reduce their animal product intake, thus lowering healthcare costs, and the likelihood of obesity and disease. Plus, it would dramatically reduce greenhouse gases and preserve precious resources like water and land. And Mark Messier hits the empty net. Do you believe it? Do you believe it? He said he would win Game 6. He has just picked up the hat trick. So, Theresa, I mean, that's really it. You know, the cities in the United States have to move into the inner city farming business. They need to have indoor farms. And here's the thing. The thing is, it only benefits each and every city in America. I mean, if you think about it, farmland, when we reclassify these vacancies and we constitute them and we classify them as farmland, well, then something special happens. And the primary reason why people even invest in farmland to begin with is because it has a long history of producing magnanimous returns. If you think about this, over the last 50 years alone, the value of American farmland has grown over 6% per year. And the return on that is absolutely impressive. And since 1991, farmland has produced a positive return every year, generating an average return of 11.5%. It has outperformed all other classes except the Dow Jones Index. So, do I think this is a win-win-win-win-win for everyone? 100%. And I think that win could happen right now, today. So, I'm reaching out to you, Sylvester Turner, the mayor of Houston, Texas. It's Andrew the Giant. And I am available if you need any help putting this plan in place for your citizens who so desperately want and so desperately need edible electricity. You just write me over at info@ediblehonesty.com, and I will be there, Mr. Mayor. And to every other mayor in the United States, Andrew the Giant is available for consulting, so give me a call and let's right America. So that's a wrap. That's a wrap on this episode on inner city agriculture, and of course my response to Theresa from Houston, Texas. And Theresa, thank you so much again for all the love, and especially for the time you took to correspond with me over here. I am just touched, and I want to keep in correspondence with you, and you and I will figure this out together. And even better, I think we're on the path to figuring this out for every single person in every single city in the United States. So stay tuned for the next episode, because it's going to be unbelievable. My name is Andrew. I thank you so much for listening, and to all my fans out there in Houston, Texas, go Astros, good luck in the series. And an enormous edible shout out to my favorite farmer on this planet, Goyo, over at JR Organics in Escondido, California. And believe me, Goyo is the very first farmer in the world to farm edible electricity, and it's there in Escondido, California. And if you live in San Diego or you live in Los Angeles, you can get boxes of edible electricity right now. You can get 2 every 6 days, or you can get 5 every 14. It does not matter, so long as you are plugging in and charging up on food grown by JR Organics. And believe me, I have been getting all of your calls, your emails, and your comments, and thank you. And do not forget to give me a 5-star rating on Apple Podcasts. And no, I'm not signed by any media outlet yet. And History Channel, Food Network, Cooking Channel, Comedy Central, Cartoon Network, and CNN. I'm available. So get in contact with me and let's work out a deal and let's get edible. Honesty, what it deserves, a syndicated platform. So get ready to tune in next episode for more edible honesty, same edible time, same edible station.